Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. And we're starting with the official announcement of Marathon's reveal, which is taking place this upcoming Saturday. And it was accompanied with a new trailer, or I guess a teaser trailer for Marathon, which gives us, I think, our best look at the game yet. And a lot of people seem to really like the art style that Bungie decided to go with here, which I think is interesting because basically what I'm seeing people say about what we've seen of Marathon so far is the polar opposite of the way people were talking about, say, something like Concord. So it gives me some hope that this game's actually going to, find an audience. But then again, it is Bungie. So there's already going to be a lot of people interested in this game because of that. But yeah, the official reveal is happening this Saturday, and they posted here, what is Marathon? Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter and the first completely new project from Bungie, the creators of Halo and Destiny, in more than a decade. Set on the mysterious planet of Tauseti 4, I don't know if I said that correctly, Marathon will see players inhabit the bodies of runners, cybernetic mercenaries who have been designed to survive the planet's harsh environments. Players will engage solo or in crews of 3 searching for mysterious alien artifacts, as well as for valuable loot and new weapons and gear that they can add to their collection. So that's the official description. And I have seen people asking if there's going to be anything single player with this game, right? Like a single player campaign or something like that. And no, it doesn't seem like there's going to be. This is going to be a multiplayer based extraction shooter where you can play solo, and there will seemingly be a lot of lore and storytelling, but it will be within the environment and within the multiplayer gameplay itself. So I know that's going to be disappointing for some people, but still, it's going to be very interesting to see this big reveal and see, what Bungie's been cooking up here. But something else I want to cover in regards to Marathon is some rumors that were kind of circulating yesterday, talking about a alpha playtest that was going to potentially shadow drop this Saturday, and we are getting confirmation from Tom Henderson that that's not going to happen. There's not going to be some kind of Marathon shadow drop of any kind, but there will be a closed alpha that will seemingly be announced that you can register for. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to try Marathon before it officially releases, we're going to want to maybe pay attention to this. Somebody does add here, by the way, because the fact that they're talking about it being an alpha has people wondering if this game is actually going to drop this year. They say, FYI, Destiny's alpha was 3 months before launch, so this doesn't mean that it's years away or something. So I thought that this was just important to highlight because it seems like they're going to be rolling out the alpha and then I guess the beta shortly after, and then this game could be launching as soon as this summer. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts on that. Moving on to the next topic, we have something very interesting that caught a lot of people's attention. PlayStation asking fans about their thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2. Being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle, they say the Nintendo Switch 2 is turning a lot of heads after its reveal last week. This even includes Sony, as they've started asking players their thoughts on the upcoming system, which has sparked hope for another PlayStation handheld. The news comes from notable video game leaker Ecstasis, who received a survey from Sony asking its customers their thoughts on the newly revealed Nintendo Switch 2. Specifically, the company asked customers about their interest in buying the new console, their opinion of the Nintendo Direct, and why they're most excited about the console, and the 3 main reasons why they'll be purchasing the console. Now, I did come across the survey, and I find it very interesting that Sony is kind of gauging fans about this. I think that there's 2 main reasons for this. The first one, most obviously, is another PlayStation handheld. We did cover a rumor not that long ago that claims Sony was in the early process of creating a new native handheld that is years away, but is basically aiming to be a portable PlayStation 5. So a very premium handheld, you would assume, to kind of accompany the PlayStation Portal, which is the opposite of a premium handheld and not a native device. But the other reason I think they're probably putting this survey out here is because they're trying to figure out just how appealing what Nintendo is doing with the Switch 2 is to PlayStation players, because as I've said before, the Switch 1 was in no way, shape, or form a threat to what PlayStation is doing with the PS4 and PS5. The Switch 2, while I still am not convinced it's like a threat to what Sony's doing, it does bridge that gap quite a bit. It's now going to be getting way more third-party support, and its reach could ultimately be much greater this time around, or its appeal, I should say, as like the main go-to platform to play all of your games, Nintendo games, third-party games, even Xbox games in the future. And PlayStation obviously does need to pay very close attention to that. So I think that there are many reasons why Sony is surveying fans and asking them about the Switch 2. And I think finally the most important thing it reveals is that Sony is paying very close attention. People have this kind of fear that Sony's going to get complacent and stop caring and fall off. This should give you a pretty clear confidence, I should say, that they're not doing that. They're doing the opposite. They're obviously paying very close attention to what Nintendo's doing, so much so that they're asking fans their thoughts on it to figure out how they should or should not react. Moving on to the next topic here, we have apparently what is a Final Fantasy IX Remake tease, or at least that's what some people believe. Being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle, rumors about a Final Fantasy IX Remake have been roaming the internet for years. With a recent tease from Square Enix, those rumors may finally come to fruition in the near future. Final Fantasy developer and publisher Square Enix may have posted a tease for the long-rumored FF9 remake. Specifically, in a post on Twitter, the publisher shared a screenshot from the game fans of the 2000 JRPG will surely be excited to see. The caption the company attached to this image is simply, quote, "If you know, you know," end quote, along with a weeping emoji face. Technically, it's a spoiler as it's from the ending of the game, but it is ambiguous enough to not spoil anything for players who have not yet played the game. Although this doesn't quite hit official confirmation that Final Fantasy IX Remake exists, it does seem Square Enix has big plans for the fan-favorite JRPG. Recently, the company opened a website dedicated to the game's 25th anniversary. It does have its own newsfeed, which is currently filled with different merch based on the game, including a vinyl record, plushies, and other products. Perhaps an article for the supposed remake will appear here soon. So, yeah, for those wondering, Final Fantasy IX was originally released on PS1 in 2000, and it got great reviews. It's sitting at a 94 on Metacritic across 22 critic reviews. And so this is something that Final Fantasy fans have been waiting for quite some time. And I've seen a lot of you talk about this and, you know, very, very hopeful for it. So I don't want to put this out here and tell you that it is confirmation, but just kind of give you the news here that Square is teasing something. So let me know your thoughts on that. We're going to move over to the final topic of the video, which talks about the Oblivion Remake that's been circulating like crazy. This is being reported by Push Square, and they say claims of a PS5 remake for the RPG classic Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion simply won't go away, as another rumor adds to the speculation of an April 2025 announcement and release all at once in the form of a Shadowdrop. Discussing on his Daily Games News podcast, Giant Bomb member Jeff Grubb added to the speculation that the game could be coming at any moment this month and that it would shadow drop pretty soon. A term coined over recent years, a shadow drop is when a game is announced and released all at once, meaning the RPG remake would launch on the PS5 the same day that it's revealed. We also have Detective Seeds saying on his account that the Oblivion remake is going to be dropping the week of April 21st after the ESO anniversary event ends, which would make sense. But there's a lot of, I would say, there's a lot of information flowing about this game. It's all over the place because on top of that, we also have Ecstasis coming in saying the biggest shadow drop in the history of Xbox Game Pass could happen at any moment. And, you know, people are really wondering, like, if this is in regards to the Oblivion remake. You would assume that it is. But now people are bringing up games like Modern Warfare 2. So I don't know what's going on. To be honest, when it comes to this, but I just know that there's a lot of conversation about an Oblivion remake. It is real. It is coming this month. It just seems like what people can't seem to nail down is when exactly it's going to launch. And it does seem like it is going to be a shadow drop, which is maybe why there's so much confusion and why everybody is kind of, you know, being told different things. Because yeah, if it is a shadow drop, I mean, Microsoft could do it at literally any moment. But yeah, I figured I would keep you guys updated on that because I know that this is one that a lot of people have been looking out for. And, you know, it seems like April, there's going to be a lot of games dropping, specifically from Microsoft. Apparently, a game shadow dropping as well. So let me know your thoughts on that. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.